Sure. Good morning. I'm Judy Tucker. Work here at NWOET as one of the Ohio Ed Tech agencies, and I would like to introduce our presenter for this 9 o'clock session, Jennifer Furey from ITSCO, and she is doing favorite 5 bell ringers, and I will let her introduce herself. I will be monitoring the question and answer section. We'll be monitoring also the YouTube feed for questions, and I'll break into Jennifer if there's any big questions that I can't answer. So take it away, Jennifer.
Thanks, Judy. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer Furey. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, and happy Digital Learning Day. We're going to go ahead and get started, but all of our presentation materials are available on the Ohio Ed Tech website. So if you want to go there and get the presentation materials, you can get those. All right. My email address is also listed. It's jennifer@itsco.org. You can email me if you have any questions down the road that you want to ask. Again, I work for ITSCO. ITSCO is a nonprofit organization that provides technology professional development as well as other services around Central Ohio. All of our ITSCO instructors come from the classroom, and we believe that professional development should be fun and applicable to the classroom. Prior to coming to ITSCO, I taught 2nd and 3rd grade reading language arts for 6 years, and then I was a technology integration specialist. We provide online classes here at ITSCO. We also have on-site PD, and we're grant partners. So we're going to talk today about the first and last few minutes of class and what they look like for you. We do have an activity, so if you are available to go to that tiny URL down below, that would be great. And again, the question is, what do the first or last 5 to 10 minutes of class look like? So I'll give you a minute here, and I'll give you a minute to kind of get in and answer and see if you can type in a couple of things telling me what the first 5 to 10 minutes of class look like for you. All right, so we have a few responses: chaos, wild, talkative, packing up stuff, chattering. All of those are responses that teachers have posted as to what the first or last 5 to 10 minutes of class look like. So we're going to talk today about what we can do to kind of change and get rid of that chaos in your classroom. So how do we maximize student learning, get through all of the housekeeping items, and still make the most out of the last 5 minutes? We all have those moments as teachers when we need a few minutes to take attendance, collect homework. Also, what do you do with those last few minutes of class when you kind of are done with your lesson and you got a little downtime? Most of the time, students are just sitting there talking or getting into trouble. Unfortunately, those minutes that we spend collecting homework and taking attendance are just wasted minutes of instructional time. Instead of letting our students sit there and talk, why not maximize their learning and the time that we have with them by giving them bell ringer activities? Bell ringers are often called bell work due to the fact that we're now teaching bell to bell. Teachers are continuously saying, and I know I was the same when I taught, how there's never enough time. We always want more time. So with that, there's so much pressure now to teach bell to bell and really maximize the student learning. Too much of our time is wasted during these housekeeping things that we have to do. Right now in the education world, every minute that we have with our students counts, so we really need to make the most of that time. Many classrooms today are beginning to implement bell work, which are short activities or exercises that happen while the teacher is attending to housekeeping items like collecting homework or attendance. Digital bell ringers are short exercises that students can complete during the first or last few minutes of class while the teacher is collecting homework or taking attendance. Most of the bell ringer activities are never graded. You can grade them if you wish, but most teachers just check them periodically to ensure that the students are actually doing what you ask them to do and that they've also gained an understanding of the concepts you've been working on. These activities are used to reinforce concepts that were previously learned, review topics or standards that have been studied, or introduce new topics that the students are about to learn. They can be even used to quickly assess the student's understanding, a quick formative assessment. Bell ringer activities can and should be tied to your standards and learning targets each day. Bell ringers have numerous amounts of benefits. By utilizing the bell ringer activities in your classrooms, you no longer have what is called dead time. As classroom teachers, we want to make the most out of every single minute we have with our students. So classroom instruction time is precious. State tests, student performance, teacher evaluations, reading guarantees, all of that is taking the time away that we have with our students. So we want to make sure every minute that we have with our students is being utilized. Bell ringers are not a new concept, but by integrating technology into your bell ringer activities, you can add numerous benefits to student learning. You're preparing your students for the future, you're integrating important 21st century skills, and you're keeping the students engaged and excited about learning. You're also working on 21st century skills such as creativity, communication, and collaboration. All of these are very important skills that students need to be equipped with as they go on into the world. The typical classroom ends with a review of the daily lesson and starts with a review of the previous lesson, so the digital bell ringers just enhances this everyday classroom routine. Also, making predictions actively engages students and connects them to information. They can ask questions, what they think might occur, can take, you're activating students' prior knowledge, making connections. So you're doing a lot of focus on the student learning. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with our first digital bell ringer activity. And I will pull that up. It is, we're going to talk, I'm going to split it into 5 categories. The first category is digital notebooks or blogs, and with that I have 4 topics that I will kind of share with you about digital notebooks or blogs. All right, so the first one is a Google Doc. When technology is incorporated into writing instruction, it can be done in a way that reinforces teacher-centered pedagogical practices. By offering students more in-class writing time, it improves their writing abilities over time. So by working with students typing has so many benefits, and blogging has so many benefits for students, that over time their writing skills are increased. As a teacher, I know that I would take home over 100 notebooks every weekend and sit and read student notebooks just to check to make sure that they were, understanding the concepts that we talked about and using good writing skills. And when you switch over to digital notebooks, you no longer have to carry home all those notebooks, which was huge for me. Google Docs, many schools are making the shift to Google Apps for Education. Students can create and share their digital notebook with the teacher, allowing the classroom teacher to leave comments for the students to see. It's just a really great way for the teacher and the student to work collaboratively. OneNote is very similar to Google Docs in that the student can share the notebook with the teacher, and she can leave comments and notes about the student's writing. Padlet was, you may have known it as Wallwisher prior. It's a free tool, free resource for teachers to use in their classroom. Teachers can assign a Padlet for students, or each student can have their own Padlet, and it can kind of be their digital notebook. With Padlet, you can add articles, you can add videos, other students can comment, links, pictures. It's kind of a very open tool that you can use. And then KidBlog. KidBlog is one of many blog options for teachers to use with students. You can give students topics to blog about. One of the things that as a teacher I used to do was my reading groups had blogs that they had to blog each week about. So that's just one example of how you can use a blog in your classroom. The benefits of blogging are endless. You've got communication, writing skills, grammar skills, spelling, creativity. Like I said, they're endless. There's so many benefits to blogging in the classroom. So I thought we would take a moment here and we would go ahead and try a Padlet. So I am going to pull up a URL for you to go to if you would like to try out Padlet. And again, 1 second here. If you look in the corner here, it's just padlet.com/jfurey, and it's eTech 2015. And I'll give you a minute to kind of go to that website. And the question that we asked on that Padlet is, why do we blow out birthday candles? So there is a little video there that you can watch. But the question that I posed to the audience is why we blow out birthday candles. And again, that website is padlet.com/jfurey/eTech 2015. And if you are watching this afterwards, after we're done presenting, you can still get to all these links, but know that the game ones and the answer garden ones won't be active. You can't answer them.
Jennifer, I have
Yes.
a question from one of the participants. They want to know about, is Padlet free now?
Yes, it is free. There are a couple of different versions. They have Padlet Briefcase and Padlet Backpack. Those are paid for ones, but the regular Padlet is free, and you've got a lot of possibilities, things that you can do with the regular version of Padlet. All right, so these are some of the responses that we have for why do we blow out birthday candles. And you can see the students, or the teachers in this case, answered some of the questions, and it's very simple to use. Students just double-click and type their name, and then write what they want. Now, as a teacher, I have mine set to approve the students, but that's just a setting that you can go in and change. So again, check out Padlet. It is a free resource that you can use in your classroom. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Take a quick field trip. One of the things that as a teacher and an integration specialist I did with my students is they would come in, and the last few minutes of the day someone would choose a place that we would travel to. Sometimes students can't get outside of the school, and it's hard to visit places. So the internet can enhance the educational value of a field trip. It can take students to places they never imagined and places they may never be able to visit or have even heard of. With virtual field trips, you can take students to back in time or even to outer space. So you have a lot of possibilities with virtual field trips. And it can open an entire new world of experiences for the students, especially for the school districts that have a field trip budget and may not be able to go and take those field trips. So the first one we'll talk about is, actually we're going to combine the two, Google Maps and Google Earth. Google Maps and Google Earth offer students the ability to fly halfway across or all the way across the world in a matter of seconds. The students can view the Statue of Liberty, the Eiffel Tower, Grand Canyon. With Google Earth, you can look at distances, you can look at the temperature, you can look at pictures. So there's quite a few possibilities of things that you can do with Google Maps or Google Earth. 360 Degree Cities is a free website. It's also an app. And what it is people have gone around the world and taken panoramic pictures of places all over the world. So you can get an up-close view of various places around the world. One of the ones that we'll go to here in a minute is a view from the top of the Eiffel Tower. As an art teacher, you can go inside some of the world's most beautiful places and look at the architecture and how it was built and the design inside of that. So it's great for the art classroom. The last one is Tour Builder. It is a new tool. And what you do as a teacher is go in and build a tour for your students where you want them to go. And your students can travel through various places, looking at pictures and learning about those places as they go. So again, that is, it is new. It is called Tour Builder, and you can check that out. So let's go ahead and look at the view from the top of the Eiffel Tower. This is just one of the many places that you can travel to. And then the other one that I have up here is the inside of a church that is being redone. So as an art teacher, this is great because again, you can look at the structural design of the inside of that building. So just two of the options that you have with quick field trips. All right, our third one is learn something new or get active. If you only have one device in your classroom, this is a great digital bell ringer activity. Project one of these new sites on the board and have the students read an article, and in 3 to 5, depending on their age, sentences, summarize the article. If you have numerous devices in your classroom, then you can have the students choose an article and take the quiz that's associated with it. Newsella, one of the websites we'll be talking about here in a minute, offers quizzes with their articles. You could also have the students summarize the article or write 3 things they learned from the article. So you've got quite a few options, and this is again great for those classrooms that maybe only have one device in their classroom. The first one is Wonderopolis, and if you're not familiar with Wonderopolis, I recommend you check it out. Wonderopolis is a free website. It is student-based, so the students around the world submit wonders, things that they have questions about. So one of the wonders that was from our Padlet, why do we blow out birthday candles, was actually a wonder that a student had and submitted to Wonderopolis, and it was chosen to be their wonder of the day. So students submit these wonders, and then the Wonderopolis team takes the time to kind of put together an article answering their question. There's usually an article and a video and then some vocabulary words, and if depending on the topic, they also provide a quiz for the students. So this is great for students who maybe have questions about things, or you can pull one of these up, something a student's been asking. Students can summarize this wonder, kind of talk about the answer to it. You can also use this as a blogging activity, this Wonderopolis. Newsella, or Newsela, depending on how you want to pronounce it, is another great website. This one is news articles. So it's recent news articles. They try and update as often as possible, and what's great about Newsela is that your students can choose their Lexile level. So the students can go in and pick their Lexile level, and this really allows them to be able to read on their level and make sure that they're getting an understanding that they need. They also have quizzes that are associated with the articles. So this is great. Quick activity that you can do with this is assign the students 3 articles, and they get to choose. So you're giving them some choice in what they choose, but then they have to go back and answer some questions, main idea and details, author's purpose, that type of question. Tween Tribune is also very similar to Newsela. Only difference with Tween Tribune is that you cannot, they do not have quizzes associated with them. So you can still go in and choose the Lexile level, and you also you cannot assign articles, you cannot assign articles in Tween Tribune either. But you can go in and choose the Lexile level, and it is up-to-date news articles, so they try and update as often as possible with the most recent news that's happening around the world. So the students can go in and read those articles, and then you can have them answer various questions, again, such as main idea or author's purpose. You've got Dogo News. That one is kind of geared towards more younger kids, so I would say 4th grade, 3rd, 4th grade. Again, it's just up-to-date news articles for students to read. Dogo News does not allow you to set a Lexile level, and there are no quizzes associated with it. So you kind of don't have those benefits like you did in Tween Tribune or Newsela. The last one on here, I'll talk about in a minute. Just a couple of other news websites is Student News Daily is another great one, kind of an upper grades. And then you've got CNN has a student news section. The Huffington Post also has a student news section. The Washington Post has a student news section. And then, yes, and those are it. I apologize. Those are just a couple of other student news websites. And then the last one on here is GoNoodle. If you're not familiar with GoNoodle, it's a free website that you can go to and create an account. And as a teacher, you can pick various brain breaks, and then your students complete the brain break as a class, and you get points, thus opening up other brain breaks that you could do later on. They have Zumba, they have some funny ones that the students do, some very simple ones, just asking them to kind of, take 10 minutes to do some walking in place. So it's a great website, and it does keep all your information, so it does log the GoNoodle brain breaks that you've already done, and then opens up new ones for you. So let me show you real quick the Wonderopolis website. This is Wonderopolis, and today's wonder is, why can you see a rainbow in bubbles? So again, it's a great free website, and here you can see that we've got a little video, 52 seconds, that's associated with it. We've got this article, and then we've got some underlined vocabulary words, and it gives us the definition of those vocabulary words whenever we hover over the word. You've also got down below, as the day goes on, it's still kind of early, but as the day goes on, there'll be a discussion with students from around the United States and around the world that will talk about this wonder and ask some questions about it, and people from Wonderopolis will answer. There is a test your knowledge. Do you know the answer? So there is a quiz associated with this wonder. So again, just a great free resource, and you can go back and explore old wonders. So maybe you don't like the one from today, you can go back and look at other wonders.
Jennifer, we had a question. Can you just quickly tell the 2 or 3 that definitely have a quiz feature associated with them?
Yes. Let me go back here, oops, to my wonder. Can you want me to? I'm sorry. You want the Newsela? Do they want the Newsela? It's Newsela has the quiz feature with it. That's new. NEWSELA has the quiz feature associated with the articles, and then Wonderopolis does have a quiz. Not every Wonder has a quiz associated with it, but most of them do, and it's just on the side. It says test your knowledge, and then you can see that there is a quiz associated.
I love Newsela. I like being able to see the same exact article with different reading levels. It just is a fabulous tool, and I love the consistency and the quality of that too. I think that's a really great resource.
I agree with totally 100% with Amy because the questions are different for the different levels, which you wouldn't expect. You'd think there'd be the same questions, but they actually have more difficult questions with the higher Lexile level versions of the articles. I just wish every article had a set of questions, but you look for the little light bulb.
Yes. All right. Okay, so the next one that we're going to talk about is kind of a show what you know type of activity. One of the great ways to see if students have an understanding of the concepts that you've taught is to have them reteach or kind of show what you know. Give the students the last few minutes to pick a topic or a concept, maybe a learning target from the day or one that you've recently taught, and create a short video or a drawing where they show what you know. All of these are, except for the digital cameras, are apps for the tablet or phone devices. The first one is ScreenChomp, and ScreenChomp is great because it records the students on a device such as an iPad, and the students can kind of review the math concept from the day. So if you're talking about multiplication and you want them to show the groups that they've put the numbers in, they can act that out, and it records their writing on the screen as well as their voice, and then it will play it back or save it for them. Show Me is very similar, as well as Educreations. They all record the students writing on a whiteboard-like device or whiteboard-like screen, and it records what the students are saying as well as writing. Telegami is a little different. Telegami is, I think, great for students to kind of give a summary of a book or an article that they've read. You can kind of have them summarize the lesson from the day. Telegami takes this, it's an app, and it takes the students and it creates a avatar-like figure, and it records the student's voice, and then it replays it through the avatar. So the students can kind of like summarize or again retell about an article, kind of review what they learned, and then it will play it back for them. And as a teacher, they can send this to you, and then you can kind of go back and play through them to see if they've kind of gained an understanding of the concept. The last one is digital cameras, and this one's great if you don't have devices, tablets, phones. Students can't bring phones. This one's great for the classroom because the students can, if you have some digital cameras, the students can kind of stand in front of the digital camera for a few minutes and just do a quick review of what they learned. Or if the students have the old-fashioned whiteboards, they can record, a student can record another student going through the same concept that they would on ScreenChomp or Show Me, but using a digital camera instead. So I've got an example here, and don't know.
Today we're going to look at a strategy that I like to call breakback, and we're going to look at it using this equation, 7 times 8. Now, 7 times 8 really means 7 groups of 8. there's lots of different strategies that I can use to figure out 7 groups of 8. One of the things that I did when I was first starting my times tables is I would make 7 groups and put 8 in each group. That really helped me get an idea of what it meant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So again, that's just an example of a student showing how to work out 7 times 8. And students can use this for various concepts. They can even do their spelling words on something like this. So just a quick idea on how you can use these tools in your classroom. All right. And the last one here that we're going to talk about is quick check or formative assessment. Kahoot is the first one, and these tools are great because, again, first and last few minutes of class, you want to gain an understanding of what the students have learned from the day before or from today. And, you know, we're always trying to assess our students. Formative assessments are great because they kind of help to gear our instruction for that day or for the next day. So by doing one of these the first or last few minutes of class, you can definitely gear your instruction towards what the needs of the students. Kahoot is a game-based classroom response system. It offers quick assessments, multiple choice, true, false, discussion, or survey. With Kahoot, one of the questions that was brought up is, as a teacher, I'm working during those first and last few minutes of class. I don't have time to be messing with Kahoot. I don't have time to move it on to the next question. What's nice about Kahoot is you can set it to kind of run through on its own. That is a feature that you can go in and set in Kahoot. Plickers, if you are not familiar with Plickers, Plickers is a great tool for teachers who only have one device in the classroom. It is limited in its functionality. You can only do multiple choice or true-false questions, but it is a great and easy way to do a quick check or formative assessment with students. Plickers is an app for the Android and iPad. If you are searching for Plickers as an iPad app, you need to make sure that you switch it to iPhone only. It is an iPhone app. It does still work on the iPad, but it will not show up if you are searching for iPad only. So make sure that you are searching for the iPhone. You switch it over to iPhone. With Plickers, just a little bit about it. It is a website, so you're going to want to go to the website and sign up. It is free. With that, you want to make sure that when you create your account, you go in and you create your classes, and you're going to give your students numbers based on their alphabetical order. So Johnny Appleseed would be number 1, and Belly Bear would be number 2. And then the students get QR-like cards that you'll print out that associate with those numbers, so you know which students are answering which questions. And then to actually scan, you'll use your iPad. So you want to have both the website up and your iPad on to scan. Again, I recommend checking it out. It's a great free resource for you to use in your classroom. Just a great way to do a quick check for your students. Google Forms is another one for those of you that are a Google Apps for Education school. Google Forms is great. If your students have devices that they can get on and take a quick check with using Google Forms, it offers a lot of great feedback. You can ask a lot of different questions that you might not be able to ask with Plickers or Kahoot. It is very simple to put together, and you can either assign it to your students via email, or you can give them the URL to access that Google Forms. Socrative is the last one that I have. Socrative is a free tool. It is a website that you can go to. There is an app for it as well. With Socrative, you can ask your students, you can do a couple of different things. You can ask multiple choice, true, false, or short answer questions. You also have the ability, what I like about Socrative is you have the ability to monitor it as the students are answering. So if you see that a student is just really bombing this quick check, then you'll know right away, and you can go over and kind of work with that student to figure out what's going on. So you have that real immediate feedback from the students. Kahoot, Plickers, Google Form, and Socrative all give you data that you can keep. For the most part, it goes into a spreadsheet that you can go back and view later. So we have a couple of minutes.
Okay, Jennifer, we have a couple questions. Let's take one at a time. The first question is, are these all for iPad? Do they work with iPad or tablets?
Yes, you can use Kahoot. Can be done on a tablet. It can be done on an iPad or an Android device. Plickers is an app for the iPad or Android device. Google Forms can be used on the iPad as well. And then Socrative, there is an app for that also. All of these can be done through a laptop on the internet, or they can be done on a device such as a iPad or an Android tablet.
I believe the question also was asking about Show Me. Is there an app for Show Me?
There is, yes. There is an app for Show Me, and then it also has a website that you can go to, and you can view other people, other teachers out there have created different videos for concepts, and you can view those videos on the website. And then with the app is where the students can go in and do their creating and kind of their telling what they've learned.
Okay, the second question was, are these tools usable on Chromebooks?
Kahoot you can use on Chromebooks. Plickers, again, is a website that you can go to. You can, with Plickers, you do need the device to scan the Plickers cards. So you'll want to pull up the website so that you can show the students the question, and you can pull that up on a Chromebook, but you want the device to scan the student cards. Socrative can be done on a Chromebook as well. Oh, Judy, I can't hear you. Judy, I think your mic's muted.
Thank you. Make sure you mention again the code for them for the certificate for attending your session.
Yes. If you would like to get a certificate of attendance for this session, you're going to want to put in the code, which is, and these are capital letters, it is F as in fun, B as in Bob, and R as in rain. FBR. All right, we have a few more minutes left, so I want to take this time, I've put together a Kahoot for us, so I'm going to switch back over so that you guys can see. If you want to go to kahoot.it, so it's Kahoot, KAHOOT.IT, and then I will give you the code that you can put in for our Kahoot. You're going to put in a game pin when you go to kahoot.it, and it is 159492. And you can put in any nickname, or you can put in your real name. got another minute here. Oh, we got a couple more people. All right. Jack the Pirate. All right, we'll go ahead and get started with time, and I want to make sure that we have plenty of time. All right, so this is famous places. So the first question is, where is the item? Now, you're going to have it's going to show up on yours before.
Jennifer, we're getting a lot of feedback and your audio is not coming through to us.
Okay, 1 second. Is this better? Good? Okay.
I'm hearing feedback. Are you, Judy?
Not when she just spoke, I was not. So it was better when she said, "Is this okay?" And that was much better.
Okay, your next question. The Colosseum is located in Athens, Greece. True or false? Was false. 5 of you got it great. Good job. We'll do 1 or 2 more. What is the name of this famous place? All right, I need to reteach that. So we will come back to Big Ben as a reteach tomorrow. And then we'll do one last one. Where is the Taj Mahal located? All right, time's running out. You can't hear me? Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and end it, and it looks as if Brian, congratulations, Brian. Good job. And you can see right here, after I click this feedback and results, it allows the students to kind of rate my quiz. But up here in the corner, you can see that I can click final results, and I can download these results, or I can send them to my Google Drive. So I have some options for downloading the results, and it really gives me each question along with each student's name and then the choice that they chose for each question. So a little bit of feedback with Kahoot. So I will switch back here.
Okay, Jennifer, there's been, just to warn people, there was some reported time delay syncing with the wrong answer choices.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, Judy, what?
There was some time syncing issues with the the feeds being at 2 different times, so
I apologize.
I will tell you that that game is a hit. Your students will go crazy. You can do it in staff developments. They go crazy. You can put a Kahoot up at ITSCO and we go crazy. So it is, everyone loves the Kahoots. It's a really easy game to play and they have lots of video or lots of pre-made games too. And then I'm also going to tell you, Jen, I give you one last word before I kick you out of this session and drag you into your next.
Okay. I'm good. I want to thank everyone for coming or for joining us today, and I hope you all have a wonderful digital learning day. And again, if you have any questions or you would like to get a hold of me later and ask for some information about anything that I've talked with you today about, it's jennifer@itsco.org.
And if you want to check in with Jennifer, go to the next session, and she'll have some time beforehand. If there's any questions, you can put them on the Q&A Google Doc, and I'll make sure she knows, or you can just go to that next session from our website, ohioedtech.org. And I just want to give credit. I forgot to introduce Amy Palermo, Director of ITSCO. She's our IT person, and she is, give her credit, Friday the 13th, and she is trying to
Thank you, Judy.
tie us all together.
All right, have a wonderful day, and I hope to see y'all all in another session. Thanks. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Judy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.